Hi there everyone, Musical Aviator here. Right in front of you is a Boeing 737. Behind that is Sydney Airport. Let's go to Melbourne. So align the IRS, we're logged in and we are Velocity 888 today. Let's grab Sydney. Didn't get the first Y in there. There we go, YSSY. Gate 38, there's the GPS position. Sydney to Melbourne. Triple 8. And we're going the usual way, so starting off with Sydney. 865. Q29 down to Melbourne. Let's see what we have as payload. Meanwhile, we might as well start getting that payload happening. And to do that, we'll need to make sure that I've got the... Yep, 4 doors are good. Let's open that door. Cargo doors are good. We have 158 on board. Front cargo is 2922. Back cargo has 1738. Let's open that back door. Go. So what do we have? Zero fuel weight today is 50.7. Reserves, just need to check. That's right, we have fuel of 5694. Reserves fuel alternate is 8 and final reserve 1.1 and a bit, so that'll be 2.0. Cost 10x will be 35 and flight level 3, I believe it's 80, yes it is. Select temperature, depends on the runway, so let's listen to the ATIS 126.25.
On first contact, notify receipt of Tango. Sydney Terminal Engine Tango. Expect ILS approach. Runway 07 for arrivals and departures. Winds 070 degrees, 10 knots. Visibility greater than 10 kilometers. Clouds few at 1,500. Scat 2,500. Broken at 4,600. Temperature 22 degrees Celsius. QNH 1024 hectopascals. On first contact, notify receipt of Tango.
That's information Tango runway 07. Don't often get that runway. Let's see what we got there. Probably the FISHA Departure with the Wollongong transition. Let's open Aerodrome chart because we'll probably need to back off and take taxiway Golf. Departure via Fisher. There it is, FISHA5 Departure. Runway is 2,500 metres. And we have tower 120.5.
Locating on Bravo. Just jump follow the taxi to the back. To the base, just 518.
Sydney Tower, velocity 888, requesting clearance to Melbourne.
Velocity 888, clear to Melbourne via Wollongong flight route 18 at 5,000. Runway 07, FISHA5 Departure, Wollongong transition. Squawk 4511. Departures with Sydney approach 124.4.
Velocity 888, clear to Melbourne via Wollongong, the FISHA5 Departure, runway 07, initial climb to 5,000, squawk code 4511, departure 124.4.
Velocity
4511 is set, get to 5,000 on the climb.
Sydney Tower, New Zealand 820, this is Mason Tango, requesting your script to Rotorua.
Let's do selected outside temperature will be,
New Zealand 820.
actually it's raining, it's wet.
Maintain 5,000, runway 07, Sydney 4 departure. Squawk 4,
So standard almost D rate there.
Departure to the approach 124.
Takeoff will be 5, center gravity trim 19.9.
Sydney 4 departure from 5,000 feet, squawk code 4456, New Zealand 820.
Departure via runway 07, FISHA5, Wollongong transition. Let's pop that back to legs page. Yeah, there we are, discontinuity. Grab a Razzie, put that in after Wollongong NDB. Back to here. N1, D-rate 1. Takeoff page down the bottom here we have wet runway. And the V-speeds 118, 127 on the rotation and 138. Back door is closing. And we can put in the seatbelts because we're not refueling anymore. Pressurization automatic to light level 380. Oh, there we go. My side's active. Closing the doors. And we're almost ready for push once that last IRS is aligned. Progress shows 3.1 at Melbourne. Actually got a bit of headwind, so it'll be an hour and 4 minutes down, and we expect to arrive with about 2.6 apparently, 2.6 or 2.7. Okay, that side's ready. So standby. Let's get the gate. Gate is coming away. Just gonna check how throttle is working. That's cool. And speed brake is good. Now let's do a before, like a safety briefing. It is raining today. So we have a fairly low V reference of 118 knots. After that, runway's possibly slippery, so we won't be able to stop. So up to 80 knots today. We can stop for any reason. that comes up as an emergency. After that it's only for critical failures such as hydraulics and engines. Up to 118 knots we can abort, and after that we'd run off into General Holmes Drive or whatever that road is. Weather is cloud at 1,500, so not really VFR unless we're at 1,000 feet or below. Runway 07, wind is 070 at 10 knots straight down the runway, so no crosswind component. There is an ILS on the runway, so we can take an ILS approach if we require it to come back. We've been cleared at 5,000 feet. Probably stick around there if we do need to return. Assuming everything goes well, we'll be climbing via the LNAV and VNAV. I'll need flight directors on for that. And first airborne frequency will be 124.4. And that is now set. I'm good to go, let's get that pushback going. Gate is clear. I'll call for the push. Okay. Sydney Tower velocity 888 is ready for pushback. We have Tango.
888 pushing and start approved.
Push start approved, velocity 888. There, there, push tug, we've been cleared for the push. Whenever you're ready. Let's go. Anti-collision lights are on. Fuel pumps are on. Get all this stuff on as well. Bang brakes released.
All engines clear. Start that wheel.
Copy start. Cool, got N1, engine number 2 to the idle. Let's go. And clock on as well, thanks.
Sydney Tower, Washington 51. 4751, g'day.
Start a cutout. Let's go with engine number 1 to ground start. Into rising. %, engine number 1 to idle. Cool. Well, still throwing. Parking brake is set. Start the cutout. Number 1. Bleeds on engines, packs on. Generator 2, generator 1, 50 is set. APU coming off.
runway base.
Constant 20 taxi today. What's he said if you want the 07 cruise lane?
07 to the land, boy.
Flaps 5. Let's do the before takeoff check to the line. Configuration is set. Recall. Checked. Stand by. Copy that tug, you are cleared to disconnect. Thanks for your help.
Yeah, that's good shot.
Okay, flight controls.
Just 529, they're cleared to Melbourne Arrival and on flight 3
Flight controls are good. Flap set 5. And 3 is green. Stab trim is 5.4, I do believe. 5.43. That's set. Takeoff briefing is reviewed and cabin is just waiting in cabin.
Just 529, pushback in this direction. We'll come with me.
Let's go.
Different taxi, the holding point of each choice from the 07.
Okay, we'll take the golf point, hold 07.
Sydney Tower, velocity 888 with tangos ready for taxi. We're on domestic 3.
Person 888, taxi via Golf Cross 16 right to the holding point of your choice.
Up to runway 07 via Golf Cross runway 16 right, velocity 888. Brakes are off.
Sydney Tower, good day, Emirates 419. Emirates 419.
As domestic 3 to Golf.
Sydney Tower, Golf Tango, 51 star, booking Airways clearance for Brisbane.
Golf Tango 516, cleared to Brisbane via entry.
Less than 10 knots for the turn.
5,000. Runway 07, FISHA5 Departure, entry transition. Squawk 4464, departure to approach 12484.
Company traffic just landing there.
For departure, entry transition, squawk is
Lights up.
464, and departure frequency is 124.4, 516.
Go for me, 516.
And he's coming up off Bravo.
4751 taxi behind the 737 on Golf to the back. Go.
Strobes on.
Regular 23 dropped off.
Strobes off.
Level 23, push start cruise. Emirates 419, clear to landing 1.
Camera crew, seats for takeoff.
Right, Emirates 419.
Righty, let's do the checks below the line. Start switches have been set to continuous. MCP is set, 5000, 138 and 065. Transponder, TARA. And I'll just light that panel up a bit. Our lights once we have clearance. That A380 is moving.
Yeah, Golf November, push start. Here, Golf November, push start cruise.
Yeah, let's come to a stop there.
11:23, ready for takeoff. 11:23. Stand by, man. This is the 737 taxiing next to you.
You know that wing is ready.
No, that's us he's referring to.
You know that coming line up and wait.
Line up and wait, 07.
Very good, Delta 11:23. Taxi behind the 737 currently taxiing on road.
Cool. Very clear to go through. Well, the point he's clear to go in behind us. Which is a good idea, because I don't want to be behind that way turbulence.
Nothing there, I'm right. We're on the taxi, East Gulf, on vehicles.
751, that's approved. You can relate contact on airborne and clear to take off.
Look at that runway 7. See you later, feel that.
City South on the expenses, all stops and blocks now. Thanks very much, and we'll see you again. Good night.
See you later.
So tower velocity 888 is fully ready, 07.
Velocity 888, line up and wait. Runway 07.
No, 07, line up and wait, velocity 888. Landing lights on.
Number 419, it's clear
Strobes
up,
are on.
16 right. Number 419, taxi to the bay, hold short 07. Taxi to the bay, hold short 07, corner, Emirates 419.
City South Premier, please reverse pushing start.
Health Premier 516, caution the aircraft pushing back in the area, Pushback.
Aware of him and push through 516.
Velocity 888, clear to take off 7.
Oh, 07, clear for takeoff, velocity 888. Clocks are on. Takeoff's done. 50%.
Just start 529, taxi by Gold Cross.
50% stable. Take
To
it.
the holding point to the approach runway 07. Taxi by Gold Cross runway 1.
Takeoff thrust is set.
Down at a Gold 1, which is up
80 knots. Positive rate, gear up.
331 up the way 07. Velocity 888 comes back to us.
Airways departure, velocity 888, yeah. Departure frequency 124.4 set. Sydney departure is velocity 888, climbing 5,000 out of 2,200.
Velocity 888 departures identified, climb to flight level 280.
Climb flight level 280, velocity 888. 280 is set.
Sydney approach velocity 803 with you. It's about level 210.
Perhaps one.
Perfect. Velocity 883, descend to flight level 120.
Okay, flight level 120,
Flaps up.
Corner 465, descend to 3000, cleared ILX, runway 07 approach. Corner 465, descend to 3000, cleared ILX, runway 07 approach.
Flaps up, 250 knots set.
New Zealand A20, cancel speed restrictions.
Just trimming that out.
Velocity 883, cancel star, turn left, heading 340.
And command left, Alpha, autopilot in command. After takeoff checks. Up takeoff, air conditioning and pressurization. Is set, automatic, and showing 3 psi. Start switches can come off. Landing gear is up and off. Auto brake is off, flaps are up, no lights, altimeters, holding on altimeters.
Velocity 883, descends to 8,000, QNH 1024.
QNH 1024, velocity 883.
Pop over the outside of the cabin there a bit. Altimeter, standard, cross check. 10.5 on my mark. There goes the Air New Zealand flight, off to New Zealand presumably. Tracking pretty much eastbound. So yeah.
Qantas 465, contact Sydney Tower 120.5. Romeo Echo Delta 1123 identified, climb flight level 280.
There's 13,000, I'll let the punters out the back. And logo light is off.
Velocity 883, thanks. Turn right, heading 140, 75,000.
Roger 5,000, say again the heading.
Velocity 883, right, heading 140.
Okay, right, 140.
The departures, good evening, just 529 with you for the 1,500.
Just 529 departures identified, climb flight level 280.
280, just 529.
Just 529, cancel the SID, turn right, heading 150.
It's go right heading 150, just up to the north.
Righty, no reason not to put in some wind predictions. I think it's mostly happening today.
Velocity 883.
Turn tower. 249 at 16.
New Zealand 820, contact Melbourne Centre 125.0, clear. Just 529, turn right, heading 180.
Remy 243 at 15.
Right, heading 180, just 529.
Velocity 883, turn left, heading 090,
at the local icon, runway 07.
Rest of that's on descent, I think.
090 on heading at
So I'll put in the descent forecast once we're at top climb.
Just up on 29, resume our navigation, check the 2 Wollongong and flight 20 routes, no speed restrictions. Good lead, check the Wollongong with no route, no speed restrictions. Thank you very much, check that up for you.
What's you on flight level 230?
Sierra Golf November, departures identified on flight level 280.
Flight level 280, Sierra Golf.
Velocity 883, descend to 3000, cleared ILS approach from window 7.
Federation 3000, for the ILS 07, close 7.
Velocity 888, contact Melbourne Centre 125.0 here.
At 125.0, velocity 888. 125.0. And set. Melbourne Centre, velocity 888, climbing flight level 280 through flight level 245.
Velocity 888, on level 380.
Climb flight level 380, velocity 888. Lots of 8s.
I'm going to get that 1494 with you, flight level 370.
494 today, clearance at Rivet 9 arrival, runway 07.
Rivet 9 arrival, runway 07, 149.
And Qantas 494, wind ready, 1012, 210.
When ready, send flight 210, Qantas 494.
I'll just take a look at the weather in Melbourne, see if that's any better than it's been in Sydney. Ah, there we go. So wind 200 at 9 knots, temperature 21, cloud few at 4,000, greater than 10 visibility, QNH 1022, and local smoke south. Some kind of fire. Well, that is Avalon, and they have no cloud, visibility 10, and runway 18 with 190 at 10 knots, 20 degrees. Got the descent forecast also, might also pop that in. So we have a level at 350, 280, 210 and 410. I think I'll spread that. So the bottom bit, 280, 210, 410.
Oh, Center, good evening, push down 539.
10-4, I mean. Oops.
Just 529, they climb level 360.
So the first one up there is 274 at 7.
Yeah, it's just up by 3 knots.
Not much wind around today. Would have expected much more. Flight level 210, it's 1 knot at 11. And 410 is 2 knots at 335. And as we saw, it's 9 knots at the ground, probably runway 27 at this stage anyway. Just reviewing the other head. No obvious lights. All pretty well. Fuel pumps are on. Seatbelt signs are off. Chime is on. Landing lights are off. Logo's off. Anti-col's on. Yeah, let's execute that.
Delta 1123, control 390.
And 2.9 on arrival is quite likely. Time to sort some charts around.
Yeah, that's an opening in the climbing through 24,000 feet, and around.
So that's a Sydney one, so we can get rid of them. Melbourne.
Yeah, Golf no control.
Just grab the ground chart. The LIZZI7A Arrival. And runway 27. There's a possibility of runway 26 as well, so I'll bring that up. Say again, runway 16. Runway 27 is a possibility, runway 16 is a possibility. Both of those feed off LIZZI Alpha.
23, check the direct blanker.
Yeah, Mel's making an announcement since we've got the time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking from the flight deck, and joining with me on the flight deck is the rest of the Musical Aviator crew. We're flying from Sydney to Melbourne today as flight 888. Flight time should be about 1 hour and 4 minutes. And we do expect to arrive into Melbourne pretty much on time today, and approximately 45 to 50 minutes time. We'll be cruising at 38,000 feet, which for you metric folk will be 11,500 metres roughly. That's 11 kilometres up. I invite you to enjoy the services of the cabin crew who are commencing the service currently. Thanks for flying with Virgin Australia to Melbourne, and I hope you enjoy your stay or on your journey from Melbourne. From the flight deck, Musical Aviator, thanks for flying.
Velocity 456, g'day.
1,000 foot to go. 500 by now.
Runway 07, when ready, descent log 210. Griffin on arrival for 07, when ready, descent to flight 210, velocity 456. And that velocity 456, security effect.
FMC speed, VNAP path.
velocity 888, report Mach number.
Velocity 888, maintaining Mach decimal 78.
It's 529, report Mach number.
0.80, just 529.
It's 529, reduce Mach number to decimal 78.
Reducing 78, just 529.
Velocity 888, increase Mach number decimal 80.
Maximum, yeah, we're going to do that. 0.80. There goes all of our fuel planning. Yeah, we've got a bit more than we need anyway. 2.9, what did we need? 2.65 is enough. Alright, let's go.
I'm Queen Charlie, g'day.
0.8 set.
Afternoon, say Route 9 arrival, runway 07, when ready, 10-210.
We're going the same speed, then I reckon they could have gotten away with probably just getting us to descend at a faster IAS at the transition, maybe 300 knots. In fact, we might even plan for that. 290, don't want to do it too hard. 0.79. Yep. And we can modify that if they want us to.
Melbourne Centre, Qantas 464 has passed public descent.
Qantas 464 to the traffic in front, so you're going to have to give you a step descent descend flight level 360.
Descend flight level 360, Qantas 464.
Melbourne Centre, Wisdom 6.
Station calling, say again.
Wisdom 6 with you at flight level 290.
System 6, g'day, start clearance, say Rivet 9 arrival, runway 07, when ready, 10-210.
Rivet 9 arrival, runway 07, when ready to flight level 210 with.
Qantas 464, descend 12340.
Descend 340, Qantas 464.
Qantas 464, adjust speed for time at Rivet times 32.
Do you want the FMC speed for Rivet? No, it's Qantas 464.
Qantas 464, required time, overpassing Rivet times 32. Qantas 464, descend flight level 310, just confirm I need you overpassing Rivet at times 32.
Descending 310, Qantas 464. I should be passing Rivet after 9:31 Zulu, Qantas 464.
Qantas 464,
D4 copy, I need you at rivet at time 32 due to traffic behind and in front.
Now that's some control.
Copy that, at rivet at 932 Zulu, Qantas 464.
So you need to be at rivet at a specific time. So you can see that in route data, you can see the time that you'll actually get there.
I claim and Charlie copy and request the required time, rivet on 35.
So imagine Rummy was rivet. You could see 37, we'd need to speed up by more than we could. Or if it was Tanta, we'd need to slow down by 5 minutes. Obviously we're not going actually to rivet because we're not going to Sydney, we're leaving Sydney.
Velocity 888, contact Melbourne Centre 125.2.
Oh, Centre 125.2, velocity 888. 125.2 set. Melbourne Centre, velocity 888, flight level 380.
380. Velocity 888.
Go.
Fueling Xtreme 45, clearance.
Say again, fueling 45.
Fueling 345, start clearance available.
Go ahead, fueling 45.
Fueling 345, start clearance, the Poly 3 Alpha Arrival, or retransition. When ready, descend flight level 130.
That'll be Poly 3 Alpha Arrival, over transition when ready to descend flight level 130, fueling 345.
No, instead of getting just about 529 with you, flight level 360. Just about 529 ending, Plus 837, descend 5,000, QNH 1018, and vectors left circuit ILS runway 23.
5,000, QNH 1018, expect vectors for the ILS 23, Qantas 837.
Qantas 837, report presentation.
Say again for Qantas 837.
Say again for Qantas 837, report heading.
Heading 331, Qantas 837.
Qantas 837, cancel the start, and that's heading 320.
Cancel start, that's heading 320, Qantas 837.
velocity 8, triple 8, start clearance available.
Is that 888?
Velocity triple 8, start clearance, Monty 8, Zulu arrival, busy transition, runway 09. When ready to descend 9,000, and I'll take you to an 8-1 leading, very good.
Just get a check on the tailwind component there.
Can you get a check on the tailwind with it?
Yeah, I'm just checking that tailwind. We've got 8 knots complete. I think we're still over 5 knots component.
Velocity triple 8, running 09 at the moment, you're requesting another runway?
Yeah, I'll just need a little bit of time to accept that 09. So as I said, wind is 210 and they give me a 09er. That gives us a tailwind. I'm just going to run a calculator here. 083 I believe the heading is.
Velocity triple 8, what's that runway you're requesting?
Tailwind component calculator off Google here. So I don't want more than 5 knots tail. So wind is 210. Wind is 9. Runway is 083.
Close 837, descend 3,200.
It's 5.5.
3,200, climb 837.
It's over 5. Can't do it. Ready.
Velocity triple 8, we just had a change on about 26 hours, so just stand by, those bring us in the 8.
Go with that. Velocity 888, we can't accept runway 09 due to the 5.5 knots tailwind components. We can take 16. If it's 16, we'll take brake 1. Flat 40. Yeah, flap 30 will do. So it'll be flap 30 today. 140 approach speed, 135 on the other speed. Happened. Melbourne approach. Need one of the runway 16s. Or 27. Not 09. So wind is 210. Wind speed was 8. I'll call it 9.
US Auto, brake, close 837, left heading 30.
Left heading 300, climb 837. And
yeah, let's run 8. I think it's still 5 knots, so.
Close 837, roger.
Yep.
Traffic required, please visual approach runway 23, report turning 1.
Required, reports on final runway 23, contact system.
Inverted 837, not below 3,200 until. Rephrase again, not below 3,200, at least be established on the clock.
Not below 3,200 until established on those last contact system.
Cover 3325, contact sensor 1250, expect target.
To the Cedar 125, 0 and the star, Z. Thank you, 725.
Ready below?
Yep, got a bit of extra. So if we do need to hold, yeah, we've got about 15, maybe 20 minutes. As I obviously point out, we have a holding of 2.0, so we can actually go all the way down to 2. Here it is, reserves 2.0. Runway 2.9, we can burn 9 of it. That'll give us about, let's see, 15, 20 minutes almost. Maybe more. .5 is 15 minutes. Like 25 minutes. Yeah, velocity 8. Just checking that we can get that runway changed to 16.
Velocity 888, start there, LIZZI7 Alpha, runway 16, when ready to descend 9000.
LIZZI7 Alpha, runway 16, and when ready down to, say again, the descent.
Velocity 888, descend 9000.
Yeah, 9000, velocity 888. 9000, no Q and H.
8037, the wind through. Almost down the runway, 12 knots, runway 23 clear line. Look for Rocket.
LIZZI, there it is, Alpha, 16.
Just 529, start there.
LIZZI set.
Just 529, start there, LIZZI7 Alpha, arrival 16, maintain 360.
So he prevails.
LIZZI7 Alpha,
In real life, the runway 09 is extremely rare, and you almost hardly ever get it because the wind just generally doesn't blow from the east in Melbourne. It just generally doesn't happen. Maybe 2-3 times a year for about 4 or 5 hours per time. Unfortunately, when you've got winds howling out of the west at 9 knots, it's not the time to use runway 09.
Inbound Melbourne, Oscar is now current, 16 for arrival, 27 for departure. QNX 1022, that's Melbourne Hong.
1022, let's set that up. And that's it.
Velocity 891.
Q. So, let's brief the arrival. We're running the LIZZI Alpha, LIZZI7 Alpha. We need to cross Horus at 9,000 or below, cross NZEG at 230 knots, Nifa at or below 6,000, then we intercept at Belinda. Runway is 16. ILS is on 109.7. That's set.
Velocity below high speed, descent to cruise, cancel speed, and star restrictions below 10,000.
Got to cancel speed below 10,000 and I'll give you a target speed of 300 knots on descent.
Does give me 5 speed 300 knots.
300 knots, 0.8. Set.
LIZZI7A, just to confirm the timing for your 300 knots start 10,000 or the low 10,000?
Yeah, we'll run 300 knots until we need to slow down.
And do you need to start slowing down to your road?
Old rake 1, that's cool. See, 160 is the inbound course.
Velocity 871, identify fine flight level 4.
160 is set, both sides. 297, and our minimum approach altitude is 640 feet.
Just R521, resume normal speed.
Resume normal station, up with the door.
Velocity 871, transferring further.
$640 set. Okay. Last one we need to look at, the mist. Here's 4,000 feet, runway heading. Intercept altitude maybe 4,000 at Belinda. Generally it's going to be 3,000 overhead Belinda from the LIZZI direction. Let's just double check that. $53.5. That's roughly our arrival weight. There we go. It's 1 knot off. So speed will be flaps 30, 139 on the approach. Wind is steady. No gusts. Let's grab the ATIS 1327.
837, cross runway 30, I think it is, pass to the bay, yeah.
Copy 30 off to the bay, contact return, thanks for
Full station, stand by, central line for 1 minute.
Flag Fjords 3,400, FSDT 19, the first contact is on the ground open, notify receptacle. Common terminal information, Oscar, expect approach, for arrival, and Sydney and Departure. Winds 2107 knots, visibility greater than 10 kilometers. Cloud Fjords 3,400, temperature 19, 222. The first contact is on the ground approach, notify receptacle. Common terminal information, Oscar, expect approach, for arrival, and Sydney and Departure. Winds 2107 knots, visibility greater than 10 kilometers. Cloud Fjords 3,400, temperature 19, 222. The first contact is on the ground approach, notify receptacle. Common terminal information, Oscar, expect approach, for arrival, and Sydney and Departure. Winds 2107 knots, visibility greater than 10 kilometers. Cloud Fjords 3,400, temperature 19, 222. The first contact is on the ground approach.
I just happen to know by looking at the meta text that we have QNH 1022, and we're beginning to understand obviously. On the recording it sounded like 1023, maybe it's someone else. Information is Oscar. So now velocity 888 has left flight level 380 for 9,000.
Velocity QNH 1022.
1022 QNH, so velocity 888. 1022 is preset. Captain crew, please prepare aircraft for arrival.
Start 529, descend flight level 25.
Descend 250 when ready, we're still a bit off from the descent, just 529. 529.
Start 529. Doing 3.5, descend 8,000, ILS from lane 35, 218-1026.
Well, ascent checklist. Pressurization, landing altitude 450. ADIS not required. Approach brief has been done. Fuel 2.8 arrival. IAS and speed bugs have been set. Our reference speed, flap 30, 134 knots. Altitude bug, 640, barrow set. Descent checklist is complete.
Just on 529, report your descent speed.
Just 529 Aerodrome, we're just still about 14 nautical miles from the top of it, just off home speed though.
Just 529, that's fine, but what will your descent mark number and speed be?
At this stage I'll be keeping it at 0.80, just 529.
And just 529, what speed will that be turning into?
The speed will be 332, just behind.
NZEC 230, so that's about right.
Just 529, frequency 300 knots in the descent speed.
We'll make it 300 in descent, just 529.
Flight level 210. Let's get that seatbelt sign on. Logo lights.
Fueling 3.5 and then 5,500.
And 5,500.
Engineering 345 from Daily, clear ILS. Stand by, stand by.
Stand by, Helix 345.
Healing 345, sorry, from Daily, cleared ILS Yankee, runway 35 approach.
Clear ILS 35 approach. Helix 345.
And Melbourne's on the corner base 37. We're on the bay, thanks for your
Alright, see you later. Velocity 891, contact center 1250, good day.
And 1250, velocity 891.
Offset just 529, 250.
Just 521 and then 9000. QNH 1022. For you also, high speed has been approved. Cancel speed restrictions now below 10,000 and cancel the staff restrictions.
Cancel star, cancel speed, just 10 to 9,000, QNH 1022, just 529.
Sorry, I'm locking you up by something new to
No, no problem, just 529.
About time for the big lights. Ignition continuous.
Houston 345, runway 35, please land.
Yes, please land runway 35. Please.
Next frequency should be 1320. Approach checklist altimeters 10222 is preset. Approach aids checked, standby ADI is on. Approach checks are complete.
Velocity 888, Melbourne approach 132.0.
Right, approach 1320, velocity 888. 310,000, Barrow set 1022. On the mark, 10,300, mark. Melbourne approach, velocity 888 on descent with Oscar. We're on descent to 9,000. Track direct to Belinda, down to 5,000, velocity 888. 5,000 is set. NZ. Not a fan of track and director Belinda. I know why they're doing it. It's a A320 up our 6. Drag required at Linda. We were just on 300 knots. We will need to slow down if we're going to make the runway. So we'll be making 240 knots now. Level change, 250. Let's intercept at 200.
Oh, approach, good evening, Jetstar 529 information, Oscar, current steady 9,000.
There, and the cancel start, turn right heading at 290.
Cancel start, turn right heading 290 and descend to 6,000. Jetstar 529.
It's bringing a little more speed at 240. Down to 4,000, Bossy 888. 4,000 is set.
Yeah, down 210 knots, 529.
Cabin crew seats for arrival. Yeah, we need, well, he's got 210 knots, so let's go to 220. And once we're around there, let's go flaps. Just holding on, flaps up. Down to 3,000, velocity 888. 3,000 is set. Next frequency should be tail 120.5.
Current position, factor, Belinda.
Why don't you give a shortcut to the guy that's trying to slow down? Makes no sense. Okay, I need flaps 1. Just a little above, let's go with some speed brake. And 200 knots.
Velocity 888 from Bolivia, clear the ILS runway 16 approach,
From Bolivia, clear the ILS approach, runway 16, and we'll go velocity 888.
529, resume normal profile.
Resume normal profile to speed. Torino.
And reducing speed 180 knots, flaps 5. Cleared for the approach. Approach checklist is complete. Spoilers retracted. And reducing speed 160 in the turn. VOR lock. Line slope captured. Melbourne approach, velocity 888, established 16. Over tail 120.5, velocity 888. Get out. Speed very calm. Melbourne tail, velocity 888, runway 16.
Velocity 888, Melbourne Tower, good evening. Wind 107 knots, clear to land, runway 16.
Runway 16, clear to land, velocity 888. Okay, landing checklist, engine start switches are continuous. Recall is checked.
Ready.
Speed brake is armed, landing gear down 3 green. Auto brake is armed 1. And holding on flaps. Flaps 15.
Holding short runway 27, Qantas 495.
Flaps 25. Flaps 30.
Actually, Qantas 495.
And 139 is set.
You can line up on the way, runway 27.
Line up and wait, runway 27, Qantas 495.
Runways in sight.
And Melbourne Tower, Papa, Charlie, press taxi to runway.
And the MyTrafficX.
Charlie, taxi via Alpha. Excuse me. Taxi via Alpha.
And the marker 1700, 1000 AGL.
Taxi via Alpha, Echo, 2 Papa, hold with runway 27, Papa, Charlie.
Speed plus 5. On slope. Just getting down below slope slightly. Speed on the mark. Speed minus 1. Just high on slope.
Actually, Victor Hotel, Papa, Charlie. Are you able to take the holding up? Would you prefer Papa holding point?
We can take Alpha if you'd like.
Okay, Papa Alpha to you. Taxi via Alpha to the holding point, runway 27.
Half dot high.
X-ray Alpha to Alpha Hold Clear from Way 27, top aft Charlie.
On side. Check. Runway's inside. On visual. Landing. On slope, full red. Full deflection high, full red. On the ground.
Charlie goes to today, 6.53.
Just flying.
80 knots. 60 knots, manual braking. Let's come off on the high speed. Cool. And the strobes. LIZZI7A vacated runway 16. What gate are we at?
LIZZI788, taxi, correction. LIZZI788, welcome to Melbourne, taxi by Golf to the Bay of Fjords.
In the Gulf to the Bay, LIZZI788.
And the jets are 529. Wind 207 knots, please land.
That'll be Echo. On the even side, so it'll be Echo 6. Let's get our transponders off. APU's on. I'll leave that off the bus for the moment till we get in. Flaps are up. Spoilers are retracted. Clock is coming off. 1 hour and 6. There's gate number 6. Taxi lights coming up.
Contact departures airborne, so we can back up runway 27. Runway 27, departures 125.
Echo 6, identified. Slightly far left.
Now, just up on 39, off the Gulf, for the corners position.
Just at 529, welcome to Melbourne. Continue on Golf, turn left onto Alpha, and then right Tango to the Bay of Fjords.
Alpha Tango, choice 6.5, pretty good.
Tiny touch forward. And on the blocks. Park and brake is set.
And
AP on bus.
Alpha.
AP on lead. And engine shutdown. Clock's off.
Bravo Alpha Charlie, 1 wait, runway 27.
Wonderful wait, runway 27, Papa Alpha Charlie.
Hydraulics off, fuel pumps are off, fuel dampener is off, and let's get rid of the IRS. That brings us to the point of turning the collision lights off. Very good. Deboarding ready. Let's get some doors open. Cargo's open. Air bridge is still moving. Seatbelt signs will come off now. There goes on, that's cool. Let's get rid of the heats. Seems we're ready for the front
All
doors.
stations, the status of is now currently 606 knots, by conditions here at 3000. Visibility.
Cool. Detuned. Let's detune the ILSs as well. Set that back to 49. Anything else on the checklist? No, we're good. Checklist back to the top. Alrighty, we're here in Melbourne. Hope you've enjoyed the flight up from Sydney. Thanks for flying with me on another VATPAC Monday, Milk Run Monday event from Sydney to Melbourne. This is Musical Aviator, signing off.